Good morning, America. My name is Stephanie, and this is news from USA. Several individuals name I was choosing not to say white number probably later abducted a little girl from the Buckingham Palace. From she was a wee little baby in the White House, less than 1 year old. When they abducted the baby, they carried the baby to somewhere called Jamaica, the gangster place with its gunmen, with ammunitions that are dangerous. And America was under attack by these strange men and women that abducted the princess. After they took her to Jamaica, they renamed her and told her and taught her before she could understand that she was their child and their baby. How tragic. This little baby was abused brutally by the persons that abducted her. They told her and put on fake faces and told her they were her aunts, nephews, sister, father. One lady, she was different from the others. Now, they had her boxing around from place to place, endangered in Jamaica, and armed her. Now this little baby is a white little baby. She's real pretty, with gray eyes and really pretty skin. When she reached Jamaica, however, they made mosquito bite up the baby's skin, and then she scratched it and bled, and had to laugh, looking real hard. Now they took this baby with intention of becoming rich and stopping her in life from being queen, and they can take over and become rich. They're very thief, so they took it and said, okay, let them go ahead and do it anyway, which is illegal, and that's the most gruesome crime could ever committed against Texas, Buckingham, the White House, in America. They treated her as if she was inferior. She always cried and didn't know though why they were treating her like that. Because it was strange, because she knew they told her they were her family. Now if they were her family, she's saying to herself, why? Then are they being aggressive against me and hitting me? The baby, you could call it. It's really sad. Was almost dead then. She grew up. They sent her to school there in the ghetto slum of Jamaica for her to feel real bad, and the kids there teased her. They too was in the gruesome act. Audrey Davis, Duran Duncan, and so on. Miss Brooks, played Audrey Davis' parents. They told her she had a sister abroad named Andrew. She's now Belle, and she wasn't pretending. She knew not about any of the abduction. She was innocent. She's a little baby. She didn't understand. We have to pray then, because by, I guess, some act of God, they brought her back to America. When they brought her back, it's after they hit her, beat her, and brought her to the hospital till the doctors lied that she was crazy, and the doctors, psychiatrists, they weren't really psychiatrists. They were gunmen playing the role as a psychiatrist. They spread the rumor everywhere. Each person played a gunman in her life. The baby. She's really abused, gruesome, and even troubled by molestation. Now this baby wasn't born slut. This baby is of white color and pedigree. She doesn't have a body at a grown woman at the time. She certainly does not now. She looks different because she's a princess. Her body shapes different. Gorilla and some baby. As I said, they brought her back to America. It's after she turned 24 or 23, and then they took her exam. She passed it, and they brought her to America. That's before long years of waiting, pressuring, brutally abusing, agonizing, ostracizing, and hitting her even with a big boat and brutally hit her several times on her hands, on her back, and in her belly. And one of the other passengers claimed it was her cousin, Fitch Dawkins, pounded her in her head with his heavy hands brutally, non-stop blows to her head. They gave her a pet name, but it wasn't really her name, called her Patra, and her real name, they named her Chinese pronunciation name Shihkai, and gave her last name Thompson. Those names were fraud that the gunmen used against her. They brought her back to the U.S. and I guess they were through with her, and the act of God, rescued her, and then while she was in America still, they didn't care about her till they let her loose to go away because she didn't know she was abducted. She wouldn't run away. She wanted to come back home, and they knew if they let her out there, she can get the real abuse. She's not the real child, so they hated her. They were each all black men with cuts in the face. Some of them were men, pretending to say they're white, but they're not. They were Sicilians. Now this here news is true, and every word is accurate. That's what affected America and the rest of the world. We need to fight against crime and injustice against babies and kids that are white and treat our real good. I am the one they made up name, Catherine. They sent her to the madhouse. That's the crime they committed against her. Told the lies on her, and she was inside, and brought her to the crazy house and shot her down and hit her in the face, bruising her eyes. That was another scheme they made up as well. She's going through a real hard time now, but please, I pray and beg you. If you see Princess Patra, baby Patra, don't hit her, don't harm her. She's not dangerous. It's her home. America's her home that she was born. Let's get rid of the criminals and have her on her way to a beautiful castle. The seas from Saint Shihkai and the seas from locking her in a crazy nut house because she's just a wee little baby. These crimes are serious, and death sentence is the punishment. These now Sicilians and lizards are now dying off, and Princess Patra is gonna be on a rightly throne, ruling of America and Britain. Don't trust don't trust wolf in sheep clothing. This means, because anything is possible in this world. Stay away from almond Princess Patra, baby Patra. Thank you very much. Good evening. I'm Tiffany. That's the news. ABC American News, Fox News, BBC World News. See you later.